Turning to obituaries, presentation of Curtis and Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. Your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home for burials and cremations is Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Memorial service for Mr. Joey Lee Osborne, age 42, will be Friday, November the 18th at Unity Free Will Baptist Church in Sylacauga, beginning at 2 p.m. The Reverends Donnie Blackman and Brother Donald Grice will officiate. Mr. Osborne died at his residence on November the 13th. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Memorial service for Donna Tessanier will be Sunday at 2 p.m. from Curtis and Son North, with Dr. Rick Patrick officiating. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Mr. Daniel Kirby, age 24, died Tuesday at his residence, Radley Smith Funeral Home, announcing. Funeral service for Addie Mae Lackey Osborne, age 87, will be 1 o'clock today at Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega, with Bishops Gary Harris, Kevin Harris, Philip Harris, and Pastor Jerry Lackey officiating. Interment in the Pine Hill Memorial Park. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. Funeral service for Mrs. Virginia Powell Cummings, age 83, of Alexander City, is today at 1 p.m. from the Chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Dr. Albert Pike officiating. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. The family receiving friends this morning, 10:30 until 12:30 at Radley Funeral Home. Mrs. Cummings died Sunday, November 13th at her residence. She was a member of the River Road Baptist Church. The family will accept flowers or memorial contribution can be made to the River Road Baptist Church in Alexander City. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home directing. Graveside service for Blanche Hooper, age 99, is Thursday at 2 p.m. from Oak Hill Cemetery in Talladega, with the Reverend Jared Bryant officiating. The family receiving friends Thursday from 1 until 1:45 at Ursery Funeral Home. Mrs. Hooper died November 10th at her residence in Hilton Head, South Carolina. In lieu of flowers, donation can be made to the Trinity Methodist Church. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Helen Keel Barron Allison, age 89, of Alexander City, is Thursday at 11 o'clock from Jackson's Gap Baptist Church, with the Reverend Charlie Horton officiating. Burial in the adjoining cemetery. The family will receive friends Thursday from 9:30 a.m. until 10:30 a.m. at Jackson's Gap Baptist Church. Mrs. Allison died Monday, November 14th at Chapman Health and Rehab. Radley Funeral Home directing. And graveside service for Mrs. Juanita Dorothy Bailey, age 78, will be Thursday at 1 o'clock from Rock Springs Cemetery in Clay County. The Reverend Wayne Cowhick officiating. The family receiving friends Thursday from 11 a.m. until noon at Radley Funeral Home. Mrs. Bailey died Tuesday, November 15th at Russell Medical Center. The family will accept flowers or contribution can be made to the funeral home to assist with the funeral cost. Radley Funeral Home directing. And Ray B. Fordham, a World War II veteran, died November the 14th. And funeral service will be held from the Chapel of Radley Funeral Home at 10 a.m. today. Visitation from 9 a.m. until service time at the funeral home in Alexander City. Radley Funeral Home in Alexander City in charge of the arrangements. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Mr. Fordham was a member of the First Baptist Church of Alexander City. That's a look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. Your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home for burials and cremations is Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.